It's a fantastic day here in San Francisco at Stanford University, and I'm here with Anne Lidgard, the director for Swedish innovation agency Vinnova. And you're here on a special mission, so tell us a little bit about it.
Yes, thank you. Vinnova is here because Silicon Valley is no doubtedly one of the most innovative places in the world, one of the most dynamic innovation hubs. And we sincerely feel that if Vinnova should be an innovation agency of world class, we really need to be connected to what's happening here. So part of my mission here is really to benchmark and look at what are the big trends here and what are the implications for Sweden when it comes to those things. But a very, very important mission is also to really try to stimulate and create more linkages between the Swedish innovation system and the innovation ecosystem here in Silicon Valley.
That's fantastic. What's your findings so far?
Well, my findings are really that I think that there's a huge potential for collaboration because of the complementarity of our two systems. Here in Silicon Valley, you have a lot of, all the major companies are here, but there's a huge startup scene. This is where technology moves very, very quickly. So this is a place where you really want to benchmark your ideas and whatever you're doing back home in Sweden. You want to.
So, in specific areas when it comes to environmental solutions?
Well, when it comes to environmental solutions, Silicon Valley is an interesting place to be because California is very far advanced in the US when it comes to the regulatory issues. But there's also the fact that people in California have always been very environmentally conscious. So there's a spirit here of looking into these things, and there's also the Silicon Valley attitude of trying new things. I mean, I can mention, for instance, the city of Palo Alto, who essentially own now their own utilities and decided a while back that they should be 100% carbon neutral when it comes to their energy procurement, electricity. And I think that's a very interesting way for a municipality here in the valley to really just put down the stake in the ground and say, this is what we want to do now. Let's lead rather than follow. And there are also lots of other very interesting initiatives taking place here in the valley, which really brings together the universities and the companies. And I think that's one of the strengths here also in Silicon Valley. It's the way that academia and industry really work together to promote and to advance technologies and new solutions for various problems.
I learned the other day that investors, the old VCs in Silicon Valley now, they are starting to invest in organic, locally produced food. That's very interesting, since food, water and energy is the coming largest needs, and that should be particular areas for Swedish companies to come here. What's your view on that?
Well, I think that's a very interesting development and quite new. I mean, there of course have been investments earlier, but this is a new trend among the VCs, and I see it growing stronger. I heard just the other day about a company that has been around for a long time, Bon Appetit, but by just having the idea of being able to deliver good food to people in their working place over the last 15, 20 years, they've actually been able to change also a lot of the regulatory issues around good farming, good animal keeping and all that. So you need these pioneers, and it's just great to see that other VCs now are picking up on this. I think it's a very interesting trend.
You can say that your role here is a little facilitator and matchmaker to actually do a groundwork for and discover new opportunities, how Swedish companies can enter and find collaborations, partnerships. What's the #1 recommendation so far that you would give to any Swedish company who wants to come out here?
Well, I would say that it depends a little bit in which phase you are. If you are very early on, I definitely encourage you to come here and to think about what are the companies that you need to be better than if you really want to succeed. And then you go to those companies and you talk to them and you talk to their customers and make the input from that a very important part of your product development and also your go-to-market strategy. If you are a little bit more advanced and maybe already have traction in the market, this is where you really want to also come to see what are the opportunities to really reach a global market through the gatekeepers that do exist here in Silicon Valley. But to really benchmark and to check the competition, that's what you need to do here. Then last, obviously, if you do need investments, that could also be an option. But I think really to keep in mind is really the benchmarking and the product and market development here.
Thank you very much, Anne Lidgard, Director for Vinnova here at Stanford in San Francisco. And you can be reached at vinnova.com, I guess. So, right, vinnova.se, and then they can search for Anne Lidgard. Thank you very much.